Welcome to NOOJILLA'S English World.
Dear students, I welcome you all to the lesson on the poem Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time is a poem written by Gabriel Okara. Dear students, Once Upon a Time is a poem written by Gabriel Okara. Let's know the details about the poet. Gabriel Okara is considered to be one of the first modern African poets. He was born in Nigeria. He uses folklore, religion, myth, and social issues to explore tradition and transition. According to Brenda Mary Osby, editor of his collected poems, it is with the publication of Gabriel Okara's first poem that Nigerian literature in English and modern African poetry in this language can be said truly to have begun. This poem is included in his book, The Fisherman's Invocation, published in 1978. About the poem. Once Upon a Time is a free verse poem. It has 43 lines broken up into 7 stanzas. It focuses on a father's concern over the cultural changes occurring in the African society due to the influence of Western culture. This poem shows the contrast between the old culture based on values such as friendliness, genuineness, love, kindness, etc., and the modern culture based on the materialistic things and artificial relations. In the poem, the father addresses the son, telling him in a rather nostalgic manner how things used to be in his childhood or in the olden days. The father, at the end of the poem, wants to return to the old world with the help of his son, who is exhibiting that innocence and good smile. The themes of the poem are how society changes, cultural shift, capitalism, values. The tone of the poem is ironic, nostalgic. That is, it deals with the memory of old good incidents or good old times. Perhaps the speaker knows deep inside that he will never regain that purity. He won't be able to turn back time and relive life as a transformed person. The speaker's wishes are almost a fantasy. Let's start reciting the poem. Once upon a time, son, they used to laugh with their hearts and laugh with their eyes, but now they only laugh with their teeth, while their eyes, black, cold eyes, search behind my shadow. There was a time, indeed, they used to shake hands with their hearts, but that's gone, son. Now they shake hands without hearts, while their left hands search my empty pockets. Feel at home, come again, they say, and when I come again and feel at home once, twice, there will be no thrice, for then I find doors shut on me. So I have learned many things, son. I have learned to wear many faces like dresses, home face, office face, street face, host face, cocktail face, with all their confirming smiles like a fixed portrait smile. And I have learned too to laugh with only my teeth and shake hands without my heart. I have also learned to say goodbye when I mean good riddance, to say glad to meet you without being glad, and to say it's been nice talking to you after being bored. But believe me, son, I want to be what I used to be when I was like you. I want to unlearn all these muting things. Most of all, I want to relearn how to laugh, for my laugh in the mirror shows only my teeth like a snake's bare fangs. So show me, son, how to laugh. Show me how I used to laugh and smile once upon a time when I was like you. Let's now try to analyze each stanza. Stanza 1. Once upon a time, son, they used to laugh with their hearts and laugh with their eyes, but now they only laugh with their teeth, while their eyes, black, cold eyes, search behind my shadow. All the words used in this poem are so simple words, very well known to us, but referring to a deep pain in his heart. The first line, once upon a time, son, suggests that this poem is going to be based on a story. It may be a kind of fairy tale or even from his life experience, nostalgia. All of us are aware that when we would like to tell a story, then we start, once upon a time, it happened like this. Understand? So the poem starts with once upon a time as if it is going to narrate a beautiful story. The speaker is addressing his son. It is like a father beginning to explain how things used to be in the past and how they changed in the present. This particular poem is in first person. The poet or the speaker is telling something to his son, addressing to his son. The speaker says that the people in the past used to laugh with their hearts and eyes. It means their laughs were genuine. There were no fake smiles. You may be wondering why he used the expressions like laughing with a heart or laughing with eyes. Generally, we see the laughs looking at their lips and looking at their mouth. But here, laughing with your heart means heartfully laughing, heartfully smiling. That means genuinely smiling. Even when you observe the people, when they laugh heartfully, you can see their eyes twinkle. Understand? So here, the writer or the poet says that the old generation used to laugh so genuinely, so fairly, that their smiles were not at all fake smiles. They were all genuine smiles. The speaker says that the people in the past used to laugh with their hearts and eyes. It means their laughs were genuine. There were no fake smiles. In contrast, laughter in the present days is more of a show of teeth. The eyes are cold and looking for something other than the real person. That means they may be looking at you, they are laughing towards you. They may be having the smile, but the smiles are not genuine in the present times. They would be looking at some other thing. That means if they are in need of something, then only they smile. Otherwise, they won't smile at you. In the first stanza, the present is being judged by the past. That means there is a comparison between the present times and the past times. The speaker prefers the attitudes of the people from the past. He expresses his displeasure over the present change. That means the poet actually doesn't like what is going on in the present times. Stanza 2. There was a time indeed they used to shake hands with their hearts. But that's gone, son. Now they shake hands without hearts, while their left hands search my empty pockets. You know that shaking hands is one type of greeting others. So your greeting or your wishing should always be again genuine and fair. It should not be for the namesake. It should not be so formal. It should come from your hearts. Understand? So here the poet says that shaking hands is a symbol of greeting others. It can be any other gesture also, like namaste or waving your hands. It could be a salam sort of thing. The speaker says that the art of shaking hands has also changed in the present age. In the past, a greeting was genuine. A person greeted wholeheartedly. The handshake had life in it. Friendliness was expressed through the handshake. That means you are shaking hands with the other person means you are extending your warmth, your happiness. You are interested in sharing your joy with the other person. You are really feeling happy to meet the other person. But nowadays, people shake hands with one eye on your financial and social status. That means if you are a rich person, if you are a wealthy person, they may come forward to shake hands with you. If you are a poor person, and if you are not so important for them, they may not prefer to shake hands with you. Even if they shake hands also, there won't be any warmth. There won't be any genuine feeling. So people are no longer genuinely warm towards others. Their shake hands are without heart. People are on the make, wanting to get something from you. This is what indicated by the line, while their left hands search my empty pockets. Stanza 3. Feel at home, come again, they say. And when I come again and feel at home once, twice, there will be no thrice. For then I find doors shut on me. You can observe these are greetings, wishes, dialogues. Generally, we hear from people, hear from our relatives, friends. Feel at home. That means, don't worry. You feel free and have that liberty to ask whatever you would like to have at my home, like that. And come again, that means welcoming the person, saying the person to visit us again. So generally with our close friends and relatives, we use these expressions. You feel at home. Don't hesitate to ask anything you need. And come again, that means we welcome. So those dialogues are used here. But when we analyze the poem, the third stanza tells about the changes in the way of welcoming guests. In the earlier days, people used to welcome guests wholeheartedly. They used to treat them with love and good heart. People used to insist upon their guests to stay longer genuinely. That means when some relative comes home, you generally feel that they should stay longer, and you, in your childhood, if you remember, you used to ask them, you used to pester them that they need to stay back for so many days. But in the present days, it is entirely different. People invite others to their homes depending upon the need and importance. If they need you, they welcome you happily. If they don't need you, they say for the namesake, that means out of their mouth only the words come, but not out of their hearts. They say, feel at home, but there is no genuine feeling. And they say, come again, but they are actually not welcoming you to come again. So once the need is over, they want to get rid of their guests or relatives or friends. Though outwardly they say, come again, they actually don't mean it. They do not want their guests to stay longer or come again and again. All the social relations have become practical and artificial, lacking genuineness. You can observe the lines. They say, come again, but when I come again and feel at home, once, okay. Twice, they may feel okay, but there will be no thrice, means the third time, they simply shut their doors on us. They don't want us to visit their house again. That is the nature of the present day people. Stanza 4. So I have learned many things, son. Have learned to wear many faces like dresses, home face, office face, street face, host face, cocktail face, with all their confirming smiles like a fixed portrait smile. Let's analyze this poem, this stanza. The first three stanzas outline the speaker's perception of changing culture and attitudes and values in his country or across the globe, for that matter. This fourth stanza describes how the speaker himself had to change and learn in order to comply. That means in the previous three stanzas, he showed us how the world has changed from the past to the present days. But in this particular stanza, he says that I too have changed a lot. I also have become a part of this present society. That means he has identified his own wrong feelings, or his own negative feelings and negative shades. That means he is trying to analyze his own self. We call it introspection. We generally blame all others except ourselves. But here the greatness of the poet lies in his introspection. That means he is criticizing himself, saying that yes, I also have changed a lot compared to the past days. This fourth stanza describes how the speaker himself had to change and learn in order to comply. That means in order to go along with the outside society. He uses a comparison, faces to dresses, to highlight the various persons or various personas he took on, all the while smiling. The repeated use of face affixed to various places and situations is highly visual. This poem shows how easily the modern man is changing his faces conveniently and exhibiting an artificial smile without genuine feel. That means the modern man is smiling, but there is no genuineness. This poem highlights the mechanical life of modern man compared to the natural life of the older generation. Stanza 5. And I have learned to laugh with only my teeth and shake hands without my heart. I have also learned to say goodbye when I mean good riddance, to say glad to meet you without being glad, and to say it's been nice talking to you after being bored. Once again, you can observe that the poet has brought general dialogues that we use in our day-to-day conversation into the poem, so that you can feel really the closeness with your own life. That means the stanza sounds so natural to our day-to-day experiences. Let's try to analyze this stanza. The speaker continues to tell how he has transformed himself according to the modern times. That means people say that according to the times you are living in, you need to change. That means according to the environment, according to the circumstances, you need to make a little bit of changes. That's what the poet also is telling here. He also learned the art of giving a handshake without any heart and smiling just with the tooth artificially. He has also learned how to deceive people with his farewells and welcomes and false politeness. See here, the poet also has learned the modern art of giving a handshake without any heart. That means he is shaking hands with the people, but there is no heart in it. And he's smiling just for the sake of smile, but without any heart. That means his smile also is not genuine. The poet is accepting it. And he has also learned how to deceive people with his farewells and welcomes and false politeness. See here, some expressions are used here like goodbye, good riddance, glad to meet you, it's been nice talking to you. What's the inner meaning of this particular stanza or these expressions is goodbye and good riddance. They have different meanings. They may appear same to you, but goodbye means internally you are feeling happy about the guests or friends who have come to your house, and you are actually telling them goodbye. You please try to come again. I will really be happy to welcome you. That is the meaning of that expression goodbye. Whereas good riddance means it's over. It's good that you are leaving now. Better not to come again. So there is a lot of difference. So the modern people outwardly, they are saying goodbye, but actually internally they are feeling good riddance. And outwardly they are saying glad to meet you, nice to meet you. But internally they are feeling I am not at all happy meeting you. It's better I shouldn't have met you at all. I won't prefer meeting you. That means outwardly words are different. Inwardly feeling is entirely different. And again, it has been nice talking to you. People tell us, oh, nice talking to you. But they are not at all feeling the same inside. So the modern people are becoming hypocritical. That means outwardly the words they use are some words, but internally the feelings or the emotions they express are different. The overall message of this particular stanza is that the speaker also has become an integral part of this new culture which he is criticizing. Stanza 6. But believe me, son, I want to be what I used to be when I was like you. I want to unlearn all these muting things. Most of all, I want to relearn how to laugh. For my laugh in the mirror shows only my teeth like a snake's bare fangs. The sixth stanza again changes the tone of the speaker. He expresses his regret over his own change. He is not at all happy about his change. He is really feeling sad. He wants to become the person of old times. The speaker is not happy with his present personality. He wants to regain a former innocence which is still visible among the children. You know it pretty well that children are very innocent people. That's why we compare them with gods. Understand? That means we say that children are like God. The speaker no longer wants to practice the artificial methods of human relations. That means he wants to go back to the good old days, good old habits. He doesn't want to continue in the modern culture. That word muting means to deaden in this context. That is, he has used saying that I want to unlearn all these muting things. All these muting things means all these artificial expressions are actually killing the original feelings inside me, the deadened feelings inside me. So I want to unlearn. That means learn, unlearn, they are opposite words. To learn means to acquire some new skills or new knowledge. To unlearn means to leave them, to get rid of those things that you have previously learned. That means the poet said that he had learned in the modern times to laugh artificially, to give shake hand artificially. Now he would like to unlearn it. That means he wants to give shake hands genuinely. He wants to learn how to smile again genuinely, happily, out of the heart. He doesn't want to continue in the modern culture. That word muting means to deaden in this context. He no longer wants to be with artificial diplomacy or silence. The speaker fears looking at himself in the mirror because when he smiles, his teeth look like the fangs of a snake. You can see these are here, the person's teeth are not seen like teeth. They are like fangs of a snake. You know how the snake's fangs come out. Understand? So like a snake, a poisonous smile. Okay, so the speaker fears looking at himself in the mirror because when he smiles, his teeth, the speaker fears looking at himself in the mirror because when he smiles, his teeth look like the fangs of a snake. This means his smile is no more genuine. It actually contains some poison in it. What he wants most is to be able to laugh innocently again. Understand? Stanza 7. So show me, son, how to laugh. Show me how I used to laugh and smile once upon a time when I was like you. See the deep feeling the poet expressing in these lines, which appear so simple. Now he is requesting his son. He is pleading his son. Oh, my dear son, please show me. What to show? How to laugh. Because children are very good at expressing their emotions fairly, genuinely, and frankly. If they are smiling, there would be genuineness. There would be warmth in their smiles. There would be no fake smiles in children. Understand? So the writer or the poet wants to be just like his son, who is a small kid. So show me, son, how to laugh. Show me how I used to laugh. The poet also used to laugh genuinely in his childhood, in his old days. So he wants to relearn that thing which he left in the modern times. How to laugh and smile once upon a time when I was like you. The final stanza of the poem shows the desire of the speaker. The speaker wants to become a clean person, a fair person, a pure person. He wants to get his genuine laughter back. The speaker requests his son to show him how to laugh as he, that means the poet himself or the father himself, used to laugh in his childhood. This means the speaker wants to regain the innocence and genuineness of his past life. The speaker wants to go back to his original culture, which encouraged openness and honesty before the Western culture entered. So indirectly, the poem criticizes the forces that have invaded across the globe, particularly the Western countries which ruled other countries in Asia and Africa as their colonies and imposed the Western culture upon these countries. The original cultures used to have their genuine smiles, genuine wishes, genuine greetings. Unfortunately, after the Western world invaded upon these countries, they have learned new ways of greetings, new ways of smile, which have no genuineness. So it is an indirect criticism towards the modern culture, which is influenced by the Western culture. So the speaker wants to go back to his original culture, African culture, which encouraged openness and honesty before the Western culture entered. Thus, the poem ends with the strong desire of the poet to become a genuine person and to get his genuine qualities back. Let's now look at the literary devices or the poetic devices used in the poem. First one, alliteration. When two or more words close together in a line begin with the same consonant, creating different sound textures, it is called alliteration. Please observe. When two or more words are used closely side by side in a sentence or in a line, if they begin with the same consonant sound, creating a different sound textures, it is called alliteration. The example is given here. Hands without hearts. H, H. You can see the consonant sound. You can listen to that one. These muting things, again T, here also T, these and things. So, show me. S is used. Here the sa sound, here the sha sound. So, show me, son, when I was. Second literary device used in the poem is assonance. When two or more words are close together in a line and have similar sounding vowels, in the earlier one, alliteration, it is consonant sound, that's what we refer to. And here, it is similar sounding vowels, again creating different sounds. Upon a time, sun. You can see the difference of sound, but the same vowel is used here, O. Like a fixed portrait smile. The same I is used here, but to produce different sounds, like, smile. It was like you, I want. The same ye is used here, vowel is used. So assonance is found here in this poem. So the third one is Sejura. A break in a line where the reader pauses, usually through punctuation, is called Sejura. Example, feel at home, come again, they say. And when I come, the basic break is there in the line, usually through punctuation. Feel at home and come again. Full stop is there. They say, comma is there. And when I come, so this is called Sejura. The break is called Sejura. And fourth one is enjambment. When a line runs on into the next with no stop or pause, maintaining the sense, it is called enjambment. That means actually the whole line only conveys the meaning to us, but the line is broken into 2 or 3 different lines. But the meaning or the sense runs through those 2 or 3 different lines. So when a line runs on into the next with no stop or pause, maintaining the sense, it is called enjambment. That means there would be no commas or no full stops. So the meaning of the first line continues in the second line also, or into the third line also. Then that particular literary device or that characteristic in poetry is called enjambment. Example, the first 2 lines of this stanza. And I have learned to laugh with only my teeth and shake hands without my heart. If you observe, it appears like a full sentence only. And I have learned to laugh with only my teeth and shake hands without my heart. But in the stanza, these lines are arranged in such a way that they appear in different lines. So the meaning or the sense continues from the first to the second and second to the third one. So this characteristic or feature is called enjambment. Simile, fifth one. When something is compared to a different thing, using the words like or as, it is called simile. It's a comparison between 2 different things, but using the word like or as. For example, I have learned to wear many faces like dresses. You can see that the comparison is made between the 2 things, faces and dresses. That means generally we remove the one dress and wear another dress. But it is not physically possible to wear another face, only one face we have. But in the poetry, wearing different faces like dresses means behaving differently with your facial expressions. That means with one person, you smile genuinely. With another person, you give a fake smile. That means, and if you are going to a party, your facial expressions would be different. If you are working as a manager, as a senior person, your facial expressions would be different. If you are at your family, at home with your family members, then your expressions would be different. That means you are wearing different faces, just like dresses. And with all their conforming smiles, like a fixed portrait smile. So here, the conforming smiles are compared with fixed portrait smile. Portrait means a photograph, which is fixed. If you see a person smiling in a photo, that is nothing but fixed portrait smile. It never changes. So the modern man also, just for the sake of, in a hypocritic manner, just for the sake of saying that he is smiling like this. That means it is fixed, just like a smile in a photograph. So the conforming smiles are compared to fixed portrait smile using like. So there is simile. My teeth like a snake's bare fangs. So the poet is comparing his own teeth with the fangs of a snake. That means fangs of a snake, And our teeth are different. But when you miss that genuineness, when your smile is fake, your teeth appear just like a snake's bare fangs. So here the poet is making the comparison between teeth and the snake's fangs. Just think yourself. You have listened to all the stanzas and the analysis. So just put these questions to yourself and try to find the answers by listening to the audio again and again. What is the tone of the poem? What is the overall message of the poem? What are the differences between the old society and the modern society as narrated by the speaker? In what way the modern culture has changed the human beings, not just the poet? What is the final desire of the poet? How does the speaker want to relearn the last aspects of his behavior and culture? What are the different literary devices used in the poem? And summarize the thoughts of the speaker expressed in the poem. Like this, different questions may appear in your respective examinations based on your board and whether you are an undergraduate student or a postgraduate student or a high school student, like that. So let's now try to see the overall summary of the poem. Once Upon a Time is a poem written by Gabriel Okara, a famous Nigerian poet. Okara was considered to be one of the first modern African poets. He uses folklore, religious myth, and social issues in his works. The present poem was extracted from his book, The Fisherman's Invocation. The poem captures a father's speech to his son. It focuses on a father's concern over the cultural changes occurring in the African society due to the influence of Western culture. This poem shows the contrast between the old culture based on values such as friendliness, genuineness, love, kindness, etc., and the modern culture based on the materialistic things and artificial relations. In the poem, the father tells his son how things used to be in his childhood or in the olden days. In the past, people used to laugh with their hearts and eyes. This means they used to laugh wholeheartedly and genuinely. In contrast, laughter in the present days is more of a showing teeth. The eyes are cold and looking for something other than the real person. The speaker says that in the past, people used to shake hands wholeheartedly. That is, their greetings were genuine. But in the present days, the people shake hands on one side and search in others' pockets on the other side. That means they greet others for their own selfish expectations. In the past days, people used to welcome guests wholeheartedly. But in the present days, the invitations are too practical and artificial. Outwardly, they say, "Come again," but inwardly, they don't want others to come again. Outwardly, they say, "Goodbye," but they actually mean good riddance. They say, "Glad to meet you," without ever feeling glad. The poet regretfully says that he too has transformed his nature, influenced by the modern culture. He says that he too learned the way of wearing different faces for different occasions. He too learned to smile artificially like a smile in the photograph. But he expresses his desire to change his nature and go to the past days. He seeks the support of his son in this aspect. He says that he wants to laugh just like his son who laughs innocently. So the speaker asks his son to show how he used to laugh when he was in the age of his son. Thus, the poem presents the conflict between the old and the modern cultures with a tone of nostalgia. So I have provided you here some references for further reading and for better reading, for better understanding. And you can also refer to my blog EnglishNotesSummary.blogspot.com to get notes on different lessons in English literature. And you can also visit my YouTube channel for other lessons. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and put your valuable comments in the comment box, and subscribe to the channel so as to watch other lessons also, and to get notifications about any new video uploaded to this channel. Okay, thank you very much.